I wanted to start off with the bang and talk about what they're calling, even Demetrius Johnson was saying, the best grappling match at CJI.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, that was nuts with Cade and you.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know where to start with that. All these reversals and then all these, getting out of chokes.
Yeah.
And dude, can you take me through just a play-by-play of, first of all, how did you feel going into that match? Did you expect it like how it went?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I know it was going to be tough, but
for sure. Yeah. I mean, I thought I was going to run through him, like I had of course you always have your healthy fear and doubts going into things, but I expected to just beat him. I expected to take his back and submit him. I mean, every time I go into the match, I think I'm just going to beat everyone, of course I was like, okay, Cade's really good. He's beaten me before. This would be super tough. But I was like, man, I've gotten so much better. I'm going to take him down, slice right through him and choke him out. And yeah, it didn't happen that way, but I'm glad it honestly didn't, man, because I got so much out of that match from losing, because it really showed people, even though I lost, the warrior spirit that I continued through the match and even after the match.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Dude, that reminds me of just say, the Michael Chandler types where it's okay, he loses, but then his stock just goes up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Madison Square Garden, you put on a show like that with Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that. Not that you don't mean to lose. Obviously, you're gunning
for sure. I wanted to win very bad.
yeah. But then it only brought you. I think it brought a lot of eyes.
A lot of times we'll see fighters start to lose, and we'll see them mentally break, and you can see through their performance and how their style changes, and they mentally broke. They know they're losing this match. But then you'll see some fighters losing, like the dude that fought Sugar Sean O'Malley, that one replacement, and just was getting beat up the whole time,
Chris,
but kept walking forward and kept trying to win. And that's what people love to see. Winning or losing, you're still trying to win, and that's what people like,
Yeah. Where do you get that confidence from, man? When you just said...
I'd say from just my family, my family's a very hard family. We're all hard on each other. We'll do something good, and we won't applaud each other to each other's faces, and then we'll do something bad, and we're the first ones to be like, you suck.
Oh, yeah,
so
interesting.
I think being homeschooled with just my brothers and sister and my parents, it just brought it out of me. We weren't able to be kind of soft and not have a warrior spirit. We were always fighting for things, being homeschooled in the family. We were always competitive with each other as brothers. So I think it just naturally came out in me.
Yeah. Were you guys all homeschooled? You, William?
Yeah.
And then you have another brother.
I have an older sister, Sophia.
Older sister, Sophia.
So she has a couple of kids. She's happily married. She's out in Texas. And then I have an older brother, William. He's married as well. And then me. And then my younger brother, Caleb.
Next up or what?
Yeah, Caleb's a beast, man. I mean, Caleb's taking different directions right now, just building a lot of things. And we'll see where he goes. He's still really young. He's 18. Yeah. So he just turned 18. So we'll see where he goes. But he's working hard right now.
Bro, you're 22. You're not that.
I'm old, man. I'm old.
Yeah.
I feel it in my back.
Speaking of which, man, before we continue on to that match, how did you even get into jiu-jitsu? I'm sure a lot of people have looked you up and
for sure
know your story. But dude, what got you?
Yeah.
What was it about jiu-jitsu that got you addicted?
Yeah.
Then train like an animal.
I mean,
how you are now.
I am highly competitive. Ask my best friend Alec, or ask my best friend Cody. I hate to lose micro battles. Even if I know going into something I suck at it, even if I lose, I still am pissed. I'm just so competitive focused. My whole family is we're all just so hyper competitive with each other. Game nights on our family was just cheating all across the board because we all wanted to win. I mean, I did the most cheating probably, but anyways, I was the most competitive probably. But going in jiu-jitsu, I don't know if a lot of people know this story, but there's this one girl, her name was Scarlett. She was a yellow belt. I still haven't found this girl. I've searched for her because I don't know her last name, but the only memory I have of her is she was a yellow belt. And I went in as a white belt. I was 6, she was 8, and she beat the crap out of me. She arm barred me, choked me, smited me 6 times in a round. And I was so pissed. I went over to my dad and I was like, Dad, I don't ever want to do jiu-jitsu again. And then my brother came back because he was 2 years older, and he went up to my dad. I was like, oh, it was so much fun. I had so much fun. I was like, I got to do jiu-jitsu now. I was like, because if my brother's going to do it, I got to do it. So just the fact that William loved it, my dad loved it, I got beat up. It just challenged that that dog in me to just, I had to do it. And then I fell in love with it.
Right.
Like through just training, going throughout the years, like, it just became like second nature to me.
What's going on, guys? If you're enjoying this podcast, please don't forget to like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Only if you're getting value out of it on YouTube and also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to leave a rating and follow. And also, I also write a blog newsletter from what I learned from my incredible guests that I have on. So sign up for the email list and get updates on the podcast. Thank you for your love and support. Now back to the show. So did you and your brother start jiu-jitsu at the same time?
Same day. Yeah, same day.
Same day.
So we started same day, and then my dad started 2 weeks later. He wanted to let it be our decisions, let us gain a fire for it, because my dad knew he was going to like it. He was like, I'm going to love grappling. So he let us learn to like it, and then he started it. And then we all did it together. My sister did it for a couple of years. My little brother started at 4, and he's been doing it his whole life. My mom's thrown the gi on a couple of times, but you know, she don't like sweat, you know.
Yeah.
I get it. But our whole family definitely has a love for the sport.
Yeah, dude. So you and your brothers started off, and then okay, so about William, you guys started off at the same time.
Yeah.
And you were talking on that, on our mutual friends podcast that if you guys were to go at it at a match, right?
Yeah, he'd win. He'd
win.
Yeah.
What was the paths that you guys took? Like, how is your training different from each other's training?
Yeah.
I know you guys train together.
It's been different our whole lives, pretty much. Not gonna lie. So I've always been more of a just like think later, react now, and William's always been like think now so I can react right. So we have very different styles, like in life and in like how we approach jiu-jitsu. So we always grew at just like different paces and just different from each other. Like we were always in the same room training, like putting ideas off of each other and stuff, but we grew at our own pace for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we both started off kind of as guard players. Like we both got really good at guard, and then we both started having back problems, and then we switched to wrestling, and that made our back problems worse. But then we learned that we liked wrestling, so we kept doing it. And so now we're both like on top wrestling, create opportunities from that type of styles.
So you guys were homeschooled, but then did you guys take a separate, go to a separate wrestling school? Or did you guys just do it while you guys were doing jiu-jitsu?
Yeah,
how did you
we
learn
never
wrestling?
officially did wrestling because homeschoolers can't do wrestling. I believe in some states, I don't know for all states, but in Texas, we weren't allowed to wrestle for schools because we weren't of that school. So the most we could do is like private club training sessions, which were like inconsistent. There wasn't much going on in Texas. Like if you're a wrestler, Texas has not the best wrestling. It's starting to get good wrestling. Jason Nolf moved out there. A couple other people moved out there. Mike Mao was out there. Mike Mao, something like that. He's an older dude, but he was out there back in the days. So Texas never really had good wrestling, but we just kind of loved it. So we'd watch wrestling anytime like a D1 or like a good wrestler would come in. We'd do privates with Cody, my Asian brother from another mother.
Shout out Cody Steele.
Shout out Cody Steele. Yeah. He always liked to wrestle and stuff, and he liked to be on top.
Yeah.
So as we got to get to know Cody, we all just started, being on top and wrestling together, and that's kind of how it started.
Yeah, bro. Like the circle. What I noticed is that since you mentioned Cody, the circle, because I talked to Jackson Glass too. He was on this podcast.
Yeah, shout out to Jackson.
Shout out Jackson. Stud of a striker. I mean, I told him all the time.
Man.
He puts it on you, man.
He does. He is the dog in him, man. Like if you piss Jackson off, you'll just see him freaking kill someone. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, one of them was me. So I told him about that. I was like,
he's a cool kid though. He's really nice too. He's such a cool kid.
Yeah, he definitely is.
He was homeschooled and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So he's been brought up very similar to me, and I'm excited to see what he's gonna do.
Yeah, man. I mean, all you guys. So that's where I was getting to, because the environment that you guys seem to be around, what I noticed is I'm starting to see a pattern. So Jackson had mentioned, right, in that podcast, I was like, oh, who's a big influence in your life? Well, in combat sports, like I trained with the Tackett brothers. You guys were the first that he mentioned, like Nicky Rod.
Thanks, Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson. And then Cody, obviously. But you guys are in the circle of just like pretty much killers. Like Cody's in the UFC now, right? And then Jackson's Jackson.
I mean,
he's next man up. You're the welterweight.
You are who you hang around, you know? Like
dude.
We saw some, like there wasn't a whole lot of talent out in Texas back in the days. But we found some people that were really good and that had motivation, and we're like, we're sticking with these people. And that was Fight Factory. Fight Factory was so motivating. We're like, we need this, you know? And that really brought us up together, Cody, William, and I, and Jackson, and a bunch of other people, because we had a great gym, a really good professor, like not a lot of drama or anything, and we could just work hard. And then now we're all migrating out to Vegas, you know?
Yeah, dude.
So there's seasons, there's steps in life, you know?